start because I was on a quest to find meaningful, engaging work. And I'm an ex-yoga teacher and a meditator, and so I sat with the question for quite a while. And in the course of sitting with that question and being having eclipsed 60 years old, the first thing that came up was, do I have another run in me? And the answer that came back was yes. And then the question that ensued was, well, what should that be? What will that look like? And I asked myself what I loved, because in the course of following what you love, you increase the chances for experiencing more joy in your life. And I was in a career that was not giving me the joy that I was seeking. So what came up was coffee, and I didn't want to be a retailer. I didn't want to be another just coffee shop operator. And so I looked at the roasting side, and upon investigating what was being done in the area, in the realm of roasting coffee in Memphis, I knew that there was room for another player who could perform with excellence, and here I am. We live in a world that has its share of troubles, and when you broach the question of what it was that I felt we could do, I think that as a company, even though our influence, is admittedly more regional than it is global, we can have an impact on increasing joy and decreasing suffering. If we take that attitude into our work, and that's what we exemplify when people come in, and that's what people see when we go out into the community, then what follows is that influences behaviors of the individuals who are using our product. Well, the trend on Broad Street is the trend of things hip. And those things that are hip are about a half a mile to the west. So we've positioned ourselves to be able to draw hip to the east. And fortunately, we have neighbors who are working on that as well, not the least of whom is the rec room right across the parking lot from us, which is an evening attraction primarily. And we're a daytime attraction, of course. But Broad Street is about art. And to the extent that Broad Street is about art, we find that we fit into that category because the roasting that we do is of an artisan nature, and we're not about mass production. We're about small batch production, where there is very careful attention paid to each batch. We're about innovation. We're always going to be on the hunt for a new coffee, a better coffee, a more interesting coffee. And as a result of that, hope to serve as an incentive towards branching out and doing new things and being creative and being curious. And so in that way, we're fulfilling our mission as well. The company was founded on the premise that the work that we do is relevant. And hence the name Relevant Roasters. When we named the company, the question that came up was, who is your customer? And the customer that we have is somebody for whom decisions in life are made at a level of relevance. They're not just on a whim. So the decision to be a part of the March of Dimes event has to do with fulfilling our mission, which is that those things that we choose to do, whether they are in our shop or not, are based on this fulfillment of them being relevant. And the March of Dimes is an extraordinarily relevant organization, and so when we were asked, it was not very difficult for us to understand how we fit and to answer yes.
Very good.